Motor, J Motor, J Motor, J Motor, recognize Heckler House, Heckler House. Oh, 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 oh.
What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Thomas back again with another rendition of Truth Be Told. Now, this week in the news, of course, you have the feminist rage, the angry feminists burning and looting and all that other crap, and celebrities fucking going off the wall, and, you know, politicians, you know, female politicians, feminists, telling them how they should be able to kill their kids before they're out of the womb, you know, in case there's a birth defect or some shit like that. I mean, talk about their family. It's insane. It's insane that these feminists, you know, could give a shit about life. That they basically, you know, it's an inconvenience for them to be a mother, that kind of shit. And that's feminism. Feminism is a big lie. Everybody knows it. Everybody's waking up to it and realizing that feminism is the most evil cult in history. But anyways, that's all that was on the news, was all that feminist rage BS. But anyways, let's get on to what I really want to talk about this week, and that is, first thing I want to talk about is I just got done watching this season of MasterChef Junior. I think it was like season 8 or 9. I'm not really sure. I don't care for most cooking shows. It's just not my thing, because there's just a shit ton of them. Now, Gordon Ramsay is considered one of the most famous and best chefs in the world, and he's got a ton of different shows. Most of them are all cooking. There was one show that they only did like 2 or 3 seasons of. Really ticked me off because I really liked it. It was his best one, as far as I'm concerned, besides this one, and that was that Hotel Hell. That's a really good show. I liked him going and checking out them hotels, but they only did like a few seasons, decided not to do anymore, which is a shame because it was a really good show. But anyway, MasterChef Junior this season. You had some really good chefs on there. These kids are amazing that they can do this at that age. It's crazy. I think it's ignorant that you gotta, you know, you just, when you go to a restaurant and they want to put like just a little tiny bit of food on the plate and they make it look all pretty and shit, and then they want to charge you out the ass for it. Yeah, that's retarded. I don't understand that. It makes no sense. If I'm going to a restaurant to eat, I want some fucking food on my plate. Not like a piece of asparagus with a sliver of, you know, chopped ham on there, you know. Give me a break. But anyways, regardless of that, I think it's really interesting that these kids can cook the way they do. So that's why I like watching the show. I've watched every season. This season, though, was really disappointing. They have never, ever let the youngest win the competition. One of the youngest ones is like 8, I think, is the youngest they go. And this time around, I was rooting for that little Ivy girl. She was just killing it through the whole season. I think she messed up one time. Rest of the time, she killed it through the whole season. She was better than everybody else. The other two that they put through to the finals, they've messed up several dishes throughout the season. Ivy did not. And I think it was they denied Ivy and they cut her off because Gordon's all like, oh, my fish was perfectly cooked. And then the Mexican dude, he's all like, Mexican judge or whatever, you know, or Colombian or whatever. I'm not sure what his nationality is. I can't remember. But Southern American, let me put it that way. Anyway, he said mine was perfectly cooked. And then the woman, I have no idea who she is, and I really don't care. I don't like her anyway. She's all like, oh, my fish was raw. Okay, so we have two perfectly cooked fish, but your fish is raw when she cooked them all in the same pan or what. Get the fuck out of here. To me, it seemed like a setup, like they intended to get rid of her out of the finale because she was too young. I think that's what was really going on. It really irritates me. And then the boy Grayson, anyway, he cooked a way better dish than that Leah girl. Leah girl, all she did was Asian foods throughout the entire season. You're supposed to do a variety of crap. Like they all have to learn to do a variety of dishes. She didn't. She just kept cooking Asian food throughout the entire season. So I thought it was kind of cheap that they gave it to her. But anyways, regardless, Ivy should have won. Hands down. I was really disappointed this season. I think they set her up to fail is what it was. And it's bullshit. Just because she's the youngest. It is ridiculous. Anyways, moving on. The next show I want to talk about is the Disney Obi-Wan Kenobi Star Wars series. I'm sure you've probably seen reviews on this on other channels of how bad it really was. I'm not going to get into details over it because yeah, I'll mention a couple things. Like, first of all, you know, the whole, you know, Vader squashes the fire with the Force, and then that one chick lights it back up again, and he just stands there and watches a droid drag Obi-Wan off, and I'm just like, whatever. And then, you know, Obi-Wan's getting his ass kicked, and then the next thing you know, he's got enormous force powers and beats the holy piss out of Anakin or Darth Vader or whatever. And he's complaining about he needs to end it the entire time, but then he just walks away. It's so dumb. First of all, that rider kept breaking canon anyway. Obi-Wan and Darth Vader do not meet again until the New Hope. So it was trash anyway from the get-go. And the series wasn't even really about Obi-Wan. It was about Leia for the most part. Because every time you turn around, it's something else to do with Leia. And I don't even think she's supposed to meet him until A New Hope. Or, I don't know. They could have made it that way, but at the same time, I don't think she's actually supposed to know really a lot about Obi-Wan until A New Hope. But anyways, regardless, the whole thing with, you know, the horrible black character chick or whatever, Reva or whatever the fuck her name is, you know, her discovering about Luke, and that Anakin is actually Darth Vader, and he's their father. You know, her finding out that Leia and Luke are, you know, his children. It makes no sense. Literally no sense. It's retarded. Fucking retarded. That dude broke canon so many times, it wasn't even funny. But anyways, that's Disney Star Wars. It was a shit show. It was terrible. Terrible. Had some terrible acting in it. It was god-awful. Terrible. Terrible. Made no sense. If you want to watch it, go ahead and watch it. But I'm telling you, you're going to be very disappointed. It sucked. definitely 2 thumbs down on Obi-Wan. Okay, last thing I'm going to talk to you about before we get to your B-movie reviews is Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Episode 8. Okay, Episode 8. What can I say? Wow, just wow. This is the worst episode in the entire Star Trek thing. Apparently the Doctor, he's, you know, for a couple episodes now, everyone knows that the Doctor has got his little girl in the buffer of the transporter in the medical bay. Because she's got a disease, she's dying, he's trying to find a cure. Next thing you know, he's reading a book to her about this fairy tale fantasy, you know, princess kingdom kind of bullshit, you know, Arthur style, medieval style. And then all of a sudden the whole ship transforms into this medieval kingdom, and he's the king and everybody else is his subjects. And then you have an evil queen played by Cadet Uhura. And, you know, it just... And then that stupid little butch haircut girl, you know, she's going around kicking like 20 people's ass with a sword. And I'm just... What the fuck ever. This is so dumb and lame. It was retarded. The whole episode, it was terrible. And that, you know, Pike, the guy who plays Pike, it was so out of character for him. He just couldn't do it because it wasn't him at all. It was terrible. Him being a coward and shit, it just made no sense. It was dumb. I don't know who came up with this episode, but it was retarded. And then, you know, the whole scene where he's giving away his daughter to this entity who wants to groom her. I mean, if you didn't get what they were pointing at, you got to give up your daughter, be better, you know. She'll live a life of happiness with the adults. Like, what the fuck? And he's all like, okay, I guess I got to save her. It was horrible. It was, and the hidden message, it was just... Oh my gosh, you know, the whole grooming hidden message. Fuck you, Alex Kurtzman, you piece of shit. You are, oh my god, you writers, that Kurtzman and JJ and the writers, that woke ass writers for that show, go fuck yourself. Y'all some sick bastards. For real. Oh, it's terrible, terrible episode. Anyways, it was god awful. Good luck. 2 thumbs down. Terrible show. Alright, let's get on to your B-movie reviews. Alright, movie holics. This is Horror Week. Continuing on with our past lately horror week movies, we're continuing the whole haunted or killer doll thing with, I told you it'd take a little bit to get through these because there's several of them. Moving on to, what is this now? Child's Play 5, which is called Seed of Chucky. And it was done in 2004. It made about 24 million worldwide. Now, of course, you got Jennifer Tilly in this, who plays herself, but also plays the doll Tiffany. Then you got, Brad Dourif, who does Chucky, and then you have Billy Boyd, who does the doll of Glenn, or the voice of the doll Glenn. Now, in this one, supposedly, don't ask me how this is possible, because it makes no sense, but anyways, the doll that supposedly Tiffany gave birth to was left at the cemetery, where they left off in Bride of Chucky. And some guy from the UK, he just happened to come across that cemetery and found the doll kind of half buried. So he grabbed it and took it with him. How it grew up to be a full-size doll, don't ask. I have no idea. That makes no sense. Because it was like, this tiny little thing, and then all of a sudden it's a full-size doll. It makes no sense. But anyways, Glenn, the doll, is not anatomically made. So he doesn't know if he's supposed to be female or if he's supposed to be male. But he sees Chucky and Tiff on TV in Los Angeles. They're not alive at this point in time, but they have been restored, sorta. And there's a movie set that's using them in the so-called urban legend of the doll Chucky or whatever. So they're making a movie out of it. He sees them on the television. He escapes from his captor, the UK guy. He gets out of there, and Glenn gets to Los Angeles, where he actually still has the medallion, the voodoo medallion, somehow on him. And then he uses it and wakes up, Chucky and Tiff again. They come back to life. A lot of killing going on the set. And then they end up going back to Jennifer Tilly's house. She wants a part in the movie that Red Man is producing or whatever, and she's going to sleep with him and all this other bullshit. And they decide to take the bodies of Jennifer and Red Man, because that's always a thing. They got to get a body so they can get out of the doll bodies. They take Glenn with them. They realize that that's their kid, blah, blah, blah. And they're going to find a body for him too. Each one, Chucky wants him to be a man. And then Tiffany wants him to be a girl. So they're fighting over that. And then Tiffany's all like, we gotta set an example, we gotta stop killing, blah, blah, blah. Chucky's all like, fuck that shit, I like killing, blah, blah, blah. So they get a big argument over that, and they get in a big fight towards the end, and pretty much whack each other off, pretty much. And then, at the very end, you see it. Jennifer Tilly, she wants her babies because Chucky supposedly jerks off and Tiffany puts his sperm in Jennifer Tilly, and she ends up getting pregnant and growing twins fast, a boy and a girl, because it's a voodoo crap. Baby batter, voodoo baby batter, but whatever. So, you know, she has a set of twins, and at the end she wants twins. So Glenn kind of splits and goes into the twins. They voodoo magic him into the twins. And Jennifer Tilly really isn't Jennifer Tilly anymore. It's actually Tiffany. She got the body. And that's the end. I don't know what this... I think the next one is Curse of Chucky. I don't know if they continue or... I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen it. It was cheesy, but of course it was good. It was a good laugh, good fun. I love the Chucky movies. Definitely 2 thumbs up. Check it out if you like horror comedy. It's a really good movie. Let's move on to your next one. The next one, of course, I think there's more of these than the Chucky movies or Child's Play movies. Puppet Master 5, continuing with that series too. It was done in 1994, of course, by Full Moon Productions. I missed that group. I think they changed the Dark Castle. But Full Moon did a bunch of good movies in B-rated cheesy movies in the 90s. There is no box office number for this. It went directly to video. Stars Gordon Carey and Chandra West. Basically, the 2 main characters from Part 4. We're getting a continuation in Part 5 from Part 4. That little demon puppet or what? That irritated me that they were using that stupid demon puppet to play the demon. It was just dumb, you know, because he's supposed to be a demon and puts himself in another puppet to go into our world and to steal back the formula and kill the puppet master, which is Gordon now. He's the puppet master. I think his name is Alex in the movie. He's the new puppet master. But anyways, the demon puts himself in this puppet and then goes up or comes to our world to try to kill him off. It starts off, he's in the jail. Alex is in the jail. He's got to stay with his girlfriend now, but he wants to get the puppets because he feels like something's wrong, something's off. There's this guy from the company that he was working for the robotics thing. He shows up and he tells him all about the puppets. So naturally that guy wants to go get the puppets for the company, blah blah blah. He's got a couple businessmen backing him that turn him into weapons and shit. So he's going to go find the puppets. He hires like 2 or 3 burglars or whatever to go with him. They go breaking into the hotel that Gordon was staying at. Gordon goes in there, or Alex, whatever you want. The character is Alex. He goes in there, Alex goes in there to fucking get the puppets too. Come to find out, they all find each other. 2 of the guys get wiped out pretty quick. The 3rd guy takes a little while. And then the main guy, he like tries to knock out Alex. And his girlfriend shows up too, looking for Alex. And then the puppets have got to fight out the little demon dude. Or puppet, whatever. They kill him. And then Alex takes off with the puppets. And that's the end of the movie. They survive again. I like the Puppet Master movies. The first 3. The fourth one, the last one, was pretty fucking cheesy. And this one just kept the cheese going. I mean, it was really cheesy. I didn't like a bunch of the stuff that was in it. It really wasn't all that great. But it's part of the series. So I checked it out. 4 and 5 kind of just go off the rail. It doesn't really coincide too much with the main part of the story, really. It's the whole demon thing's kind of weird. Anyways, it's okay for a one-time watch, but it's cheesy. I'm just letting you know the acting isn't all that great. So I give it a thumbs up and a thumbs down. Check it out if you want, if you're hardcore in the horror. Anyways, that's all I have for you this week. So, if you have any thoughts about what I said earlier in the video, please leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you have any suggestions, like you think I may never seen a particular cheesy B-rated movie or something like that, or a cult classic, please leave your suggestions down in the comment section down below. I'll get to reviewing them as soon as I can. So until next time, I told you you'd be told the truth, and you just been told.